First question then. Why did you decide on making your announcement here in West Seattle?
Well, this was home, at least. This is where I was born and raised, so coming home was kind of a good idea, but mostly it was an accident. We were actually just planning on having a meeting of a few people, and then it snowballed, and so we run with it. Here we are.
Okay, so obviously new mayor come the first of the year. Two things you didn't like that Ed Murray did.
Two things?
Just two.
Oh, cut it down to two things. Spent a lot of time grandstanding. So we want to... What we keep doing in this city is trying to pass laws or talking about things that are never going to happen, and they're just going to get struck down by the court. And all it really is signaling to some special interest group or some identity politic group that they're on their team. And it's a complete waste of time. So I'd say that's number one. Right? Two, everything. I mean, the homelessness problem, the street drug problem, and it's all completely out of control. So.
Okay, two things you did that you keep.
Oh, I don't know if I can think of one of those.
Okay. 35th corridor for traffic.
Yeah.
Phase 2 is coming. What do you think about 35th and what's been happening?
I don't know enough about that subject. I would have to talk to people from West Seattle and talk to somebody that's an expert on it to even say anything about it.
Okay, STS is coming. There will be a station somewhere in the junction that could be displacement of property and business. As mayor, how do you get yourself in that process?
That's a good question. We absolutely have to fix transportation, right? We have no choice but fix transportation. So how we do it, not positive once again. We have to talk to the right people and make good decisions. What we don't need is 19-person committees deciding things. Because we know what happens when we have 19 people deciding things, nothing gets done, or it's all graft.
So, two last questions. Number one, in some of the material your folks sent out, you said something about bringing back Seattle's culture. A lot of people live here now who, unlike you, didn't grow up here.
Right.
How do you? What's the thumbnail sketch of Seattle culture? What would you tell them?
I think that there are a lot of people here that came here for Seattle culture. I think that the people that have been here 10 or 15 or 20 years can call themselves Seattleites if they came here for they came here for the right reasons. They came here for it to be Seattle. They didn't come here because it was LA or San Francisco or New York. They came for Seattle. So they obviously like something about this culture and want something about this culture. And we need to make sure that however we grow, we retain what is our culture, both Seattle and our neighborhoods. I think it's absolutely critical. But I kind of look at it as you want your child to grow and be all it can be. But at the same time it's growing and trying to be all it can be, you don't want to lose the spark that made that child who it is, made that child an individual. We have no choice but to grow. Okay, but it's going to happen. So
what is that spark?
What is that spark? Well, I think that we are probably, what is Seattle's spark? We are connected to nature more than almost anywhere in the country. I think we're the politest and probably kindest people everywhere. Of course, that's also probably part of our problem, is that leads us to be, if we are honest, a little naive, and that naiveness is what has got us into a lot of these problems, in my personal opinion. So, is there one thing that's a Seattle spark? I'm not sure, but whatever makes Seattle Seattle, we have to figure that out, and especially the neighborhoods, I think, need to keep their individual cultures.
So, what's your plans from here? How do you start campaigning? Is it after Memorial Day?
This next couple weeks is fundraise, get on the radio, meet people, talk to really the experts. I need to talk to the people that can solve problems. If we're going to talk about fixing housing, we have to talk to developers, and we have to ask them, how would you do this? Right? What incentive could you be given, right, to build housing that lower income and middle income people could live in? We have to figure out. I need to talk to everybody, basically, right? I can't be an expert at everything, so I need to talk to the experts.